My name's Josh, and this is a Brave Bear problem. So we've recently just acquired quite a few more laying hens. And so now we're getting more eggs than we've been getting ever on the farm, which isn't a ton. I mean, we're getting about 18 a day, something like that. We've got about 32 laying hens. We lost one today. Not sure what happened to her. She had a big cut on her side. I'm not sure what happened, but lost one. But so I'm getting a little over 50%. Even in some pretty cold times. So I'm pretty excited about that. But with that, we're getting some really dirty eggs. So I'm about to attempt something that honestly, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try. Obviously, we had a problem. I started getting a lot of dirty eggs, and they're taking up counter space. And my wife looked at me today, and she goes, "Ew, throw those away." I'm like, no, we're going to wash them. So coming up with a way to try to wash them a lot more efficiently. I, of course, went to YouTube as usual and saw a lot of good ideas. I'm, as usual, not going to do exactly what somebody else did. I'm going to try my own style. So this is what we've come up with. I've got some pecks, just 1/2-inch pecks. I've got an old wash basin given to me by my dad, and it's been one of those things. It's like, I know I can use this for something. I don't know what I can use it for. We're going to try to turn it into an egg washer. And this old, I think it's like a Coca-Cola style bottle rack thing. I don't know. It was something that was found here on the property when we went through our old barn. So we're going to try to make this into an egg washer. Try to be super simple. Well, I'll walk you through the steps of what we're going to do. All right. So today we're in the Brave Bear dungeon. And we're going to try to take basically some 1/2-inch pecks. We're going to try to curl it as much as we can. Inside this, we're going to try to use zip ties to keep it in place as we curl it and keep it in the bottom. And then we're going to come out of the top and we're going to hook up an adapter for the air compressor. Then we're going to punch some holes into this PEX and see if we can get enough agitation to clean all the eggs. And I've got some really dirty eggs. I know people say they've got dirty eggs, but I really have some dirty eggs. So we're going to try to see if we can fix this. We're going to use PEX crimp. So just a 1/2-inch crimp ring. For those of you that love shark bites, you'll love these things even more. Shark bites are so stinking expensive. And these guys work so much better. Now, this tool you got to have with a set of crimp rings. I think you can get it at, I think this one came from Home Depot for about 78 bucks. It does do 3/4 inch and 1/2 inch, which is all I'll ever need probably. But it's super simple. For me, I'm going to put a stopper in there. Sometimes you're going to put a T or something else, but this is just going to be the end section here. I'm going to run this right up next to the ring. I'm going to stick that into the 1/2-inch ring and push it all the way shut. Just like that. Now that is a sealed in. All right. So now we're going to pop some holes in there, and then we're going to work on the fittings on the end. All right, one of my favorite tools ever All right, these are guy scissors right here. They cut anything. I use them for work quite often. They're great. I've cut stainless steel with these things before. All right, so we got the holes drilled. I think we're ready to move on to the next step and install some hardware for the air compressor. But before we do that, I'd like to point out a moment of safety here. No fingers were drilled during the shooting of this video. That is a different video, okay? But I will say it was tedious to drill these holes, but I was trying to, like on these around the side, I tried to kind of get a downward angle so we're shooting jets kind of this way. So all these tried to shoot down this way. But I think we got a pretty random pattern throughout here. I think this will probably take care of our purposes. So this part is the super easy part, okay? So I am going to put in a ball valve. I am using shark bites. These 2 shark bites would double the cost of this entire project. So you don't have to use them. I have them. Again, I haven't went and bought anything for this project so far. So these are super simple. Again, love these scissors. With a female adapter. All right, so we are going to just snug these up just a little bit. This is a plastic bushing, so we're not going to try to over tighten this right here. It will crack just enough. And this is just a quick connect for an air hose. So honestly, this project's done. The next thing to do is test it on my nasty eggs. So let's see what we can do. All right, so this is what we got. We've got 100 eggs, okay, in this basket. I intentionally put like some of the dirtiest eggs I had, like right in the middle on the bottom. Like I want to know if this thing works. So I got them here. I put some on top intentionally. I got some dirty eggs, okay? So I've got the bath filled up. This has been a great spot maybe to do this. Our egg washing is down in our basement. We used to have our washing machine and dryer down here, so we have hot water down here, and I can just hook that up to a hose and hook that right into my bin and fill it with hot water without having to go get pails and do all that kind of stuff, because I was not doing this in my kitchen. I'm just not going to do that. Some people might, but a lot of people do, but I'm not going to. Y'all, if I destroy 100 eggs, goodness gracious. All right, so it is submerged. I want to see if I can just get it down in there a little better. All right, it's already a lot of trash blowing up, just soaking them. So, I'm gonna hook up the air hose right here. I should have turned off the valve first. I do have the air compressor outside, so hopefully it won't make a lot of noise. All right, air compressor is hooked. My handy dandy gate valve. I'm not in the water. All right, so that was 5 minutes, probably even a little more. I didn't quite have my stopwatch ready to roll as soon as I hit the button here. So I'm going to pull these things out and I want to take a look at them, but I think I'm going to be disappointed. Not surprised, but disappointed. So I'm just going to grab one of the dirtier eggs, pick it up. It's still dirty. Let's just see if with a towel, let me get a little extra towel here. Let's just see if with the towel it'll just wipe off. I mean, with a little bit of wiping, it came clean. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a go big or go home kind of guy. I could probably scale this down and probably get better results. Even if I use the same exact setup and go with, because I went with 2 layers of eggs with about 50 on the top and 50 on the bottom. I think if I just went a simple 1 layer, that may help. So we may test that theory out and see if that works for us as well. I'm going to go down here to the bottom and see if I get one of these. I mean, just rinsing it back off in the water. I mean, that was my dirtiest egg. It's not bad. It comes off better after doing that than sitting there trying to rub it with a paper towel. All right, so we're going to test some other theories, some smaller batches, and we're going to continue and see what comes out better. Now, what I'm going to tell you is I use about 120 degree water, maybe less. I'm not, you can put detergents in there, you can put bleaches in there, you can do what you want. That's not the way I'm going to do my farm. We are very much wanting to know and pay attention to what we're putting into our bodies, and we're wanting clean food and healthy food. And I'm trying to stay away from that kind of stuff and do things as naturally as we can. So no bleaches, no detergents, none of that for me, just warm water. You don't want to use cold water. Cold water will suck in all the bacteria that's on the outside of your egg and cause them to just pull all that stuff in. So you don't want that. So do not use cold water by all means. It doesn't have to be super hot. Room temperature is good enough. Just a little bit of light heat, a little bit of cold water, a little bit of hot, and you're good to go. Honestly, just sticking these back in the water and just rubbing them, just with my bare hands, they're coming pretty clean. That's the way I'm going to do these. We'll test another batch and see if they come out better with maybe just 50 in it. All right, so the first batch is done out of the water. Literally, as I took them out, I wiped them off a little bit. They came pretty clean. Honestly, I might have been able to stick them in hot water for 5 minutes and do the same thing. I don't know. We're going to do some more testing and find out if really these air bubbles are helping like everybody says they are. And maybe it's just my build. I did it different than most people, so maybe I screwed it up. But just look at these eggs. They're pretty eggs. Beautiful. We got all sorts of color in our eggs. So one thing we wanted as we put eggs in the carton, man, we wanted just a really bright colors. You see some of these, they might look white on camera, but they're like blues and greens and all sorts of stuff. So we have a lot of Easter eggers and Americanas, all sorts of breeds laying us just some really pretty eggs. And so most of these are already close to dry. We're going to box them up, put them in the refrigerator, and they're going to be ready to sell. So if any of you guys live near North Georgia and need some non-GMO farm fresh eggs, pasture raised, I'm your guy. Give us a call or leave a comment. All right, so we're going to try the smaller batch. I've got only 35 eggs here. So I'm going to put 35 eggs in the container. I'm a little concerned about that because 50 kind of is what the container holds. It won't move with 50. With 35, they may have a chance to roll around and crack each other, and I don't want to do that. I did make a slight modification to the tray. Put some extra holes in there. Hopefully that will give a little more airflow in there. But as you can see, still got some dirty eggs. All right. We're gonna load them in here and we're gonna test this out again. All right, I'm hoping I didn't put too much water in here, but we're gonna check it out. All right, gonna hook up our air hose. This time, got the valve off. All right, 5 minutes are up, and we're going to check on their eggs. I think we're going to get a similar result here. Pretty similar result. Wipes right off with the hand though. So I think honestly we could probably still just do the 100 eggs and wipe them off, lay them on the towel to dry, and I think they'll be fine. This one was one of my dirtiest. Still pretty dirty. But just wiping it off comes pretty clean. This one's not really we get some crazy color eggs. Like we've got one color on the side, and you can see it's kind of got some different colors to it. So it's probably not one we would sell, but definitely one we'll eat at the house. All right, so moral of the story, pretty much same result. 100 eggs, 35 eggs. You still kind of just wipe them off, put them on the towel, and they're good to go. I think in the future I will scale this project down and do the 5-gallon bucket with less pipe, less holes, smaller holes, and above all, less water. There's so much water in this thing, I can't pick it up and carry it outside. So I have a tendency to overkill everything, and I definitely did that on this project, I think. So I'm gonna scale it down, try it again. We'll catch that on YouTube, see how the results go on that. Also, I think another thing that's going to help us is to cover those boxes up at night. The boxes that the hens are laying in. I think that is our biggest problem because we got some dirty eggs, like I've been saying. But if I cover those up and make sure that they're not sleeping in that and sitting in it and sitting on top of them and pooping all in the nest, I think we're going to get a better result anyway, just because we have cleaner eggs. So I think that's kind of the moral of the story is, number one, keep my eggs a little cleaner, and number two, maybe go a little smaller on the scale here. All right, that's going to wrap this project up. So if you live in the North Georgia area and you're looking for some clean, farm fresh, non-GMO, healthy eggs, Brave Bear's your place. Hey, leave us a comment. We'd be happy to get in touch with you and see what we can do to figure that out. But if you like the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to us. This channel's growing. I thank all of you so much that have already joined the Brave Bear family. I look forward to seeing you all back on the farm. See you next time.